Again, they're wheel to wheel. Again, there's nothing between them. Oh, contact. And this one's a little bit personal.
Another epic wheel to wheel fight.
And the Grand Prix is underway. A good launch off the line for Lando Norris, sees him chop across Charles Leclerc, but Charles Leclerc got a great amount of momentum, but was blocked. Oscar Piastri roars around the outside and takes second position. McLaren 1-2. The Australian driver promised to go on the attack. He said he was going to be overtaking drivers. He's got a scarlet Ferrari. It's his teammate and rival for the title ahead, but Lando Norris gets the run that he needs. Piastri is within that second window, and the luxury of having two great race winners is that you can compete week in, week out. But that's late on the brakes for Oscar Piastri, who's immediately applying the pressure to his rival for the title. Lando Norris checking the left-hand mirror because Oscar Piastri will not give him an inch. The two McLarens are side by side again. Piastri started in third, takes the lead on lap 11, and they were millimetres away from contact. They're still side by side, like they were in Canada, this time in Austria. Inside line for Lando Norris. It will be the lead if he can pick his braking point. Piastri's super brave around the outside, tries the up and under, no chance at the moment. This is absolutely wonderful. They're at it again, but it's not for fourth place, it's for the lead of the Grand Prix, and they still can't resolve it. Lando hangs on, Lando still leads. What a fight.
I was just in a very vulnerable position for the first 20 laps. We had some good moments, some close moments, that's for sure. But exciting ones, ones where we're very much on the edge and we're pushing. It's never going to be perfect. It's very difficult to ever be perfect, but we had good battles today. It was fair, it was clean.
Just a waft to the inside, looking for more, locking up. I thought he was trying to put the frighteners on, and he nearly ripped off the front wing. We saw that between McLarens before. That was not comfortable for Piastri down into turn 4.
Oscar, feedback from the pit wall. The manoeuvre in turn 4 with the front lockup was too marginal. We can't do that again.
Lando Norris wins the Austrian Grand Prix. He kept his teammate at bay.
Well done. Great job.
Yeah, well done everyone. Beautiful 1-2. Car was great. Ish. Thanks everyone. Amazing work. Just keep it up.
Verstappen tried to fire up the hard tyre, couldn't do so. Charles Leclerc goes through. Can George Russell make it by? Verstappen jumps over the road. Max Verstappen hangs on to 4th position, 5th for Russell.
Yeah, Verstappen not moving at all. Leclerc shifting to the left-hand side. There's a slight touch, and there's another touch then as Russell chanced his arm down the inside.
And it's under investigation, Verstappen and Russell. That's the contact, wheel to wheel.
Max, can you let Russell through, please? Let Russell through.
No, I was ahead.
My advice is to let him through.
Wait, I was ahead. He just ran me off the road.
But that's the rules. That's the rules we have to play with. It's a shame, but that's the rules.
Oh, contact! Max Verstappen into the side of George Russell. We were hearing the advice not taken. And Max Verstappen and George Russell come to blows in the final stages of the Spanish Grand Prix. But what just happened there between Verstappen and Russell?
I cannot believe what I just seen. Is this deliberate? So he's behind and then just doesn't turn. It has to be deliberate. It has to be.
Don't know, mate. Just crashed into it.
My perspective was I just got crashed into. I don't really know why or what the thinking was behind it. In the end, glad that I continued with little damage, and ultimately it punished him a lot more than me.
Russell now goes through, as it looked like he would do at turn number 5. He gets through into turn 13, but that was an extraordinary incident.
Max, Rippo, you've been given a 10-second time penalty for causing a collision, I believe at turn 5, which drops you to P10 at the moment.
Yeah, good.
That's how Max goes racing. He was in P4, I was in P5, I ended up P4, he ended up P10. So not really sure what he was thinking because he cost himself and his team a lot of points.
Is there an opportunity for Lando Norris? Thinking about it to the inside. Lando Norris with a move of the hairpin. Piastri tries to fight back. The crowd on their feet in the grandstand. The top two in the World Championship side by side. Heading into the final chicane. Piastri and Norris separated by nothing to 200 miles per hour. Norris inching clear. Late on the brakes for Piastri. Does he make the corner? He does. But he's compromised, and Norris can't fight his way by. We go to turn one. No, he's ripped off the front wing. The McLarens collide. Lando Norris into the wall and out of the race.
Are you all right, dude?
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's all my bad. All my fault. Unlucky, sorry. Stupid from me.
To turn 10 we go. Lando Norris late on the brakes, a brilliant attempt. And they ran wheel to wheel for so long, but collided on the pit straight. This is the straight before.
Yeah, wheel-to-wheel stuff, and always going to be advantage Oscar on the brakes on the inside. He risked all. You see, he goes a bit deep through the right. That compromises him a bit for the exit. And then we've got Lando with that slipstream, and he's actually hit his wing on the back of Oscar before getting alongside. So I think he's got to accept that's an error of judgment in the heat of the battle.
Yeah, I think it is. It's a misjudgment. So he's hoping that space is going to open up, and it just doesn't. So he drives into the back of his teammate.
I thought Oscar would move a bit more to the right, not to leave a gap. Obviously, you know, I don't expect something to be easy from him, but I just misjudged it. You know, it was all my mistake. I take full blame, so I apologise to my whole team and to Oscar for attempting something like that.
I don't really know. I was defending the inside and then felt a small touch, and that's honestly all I have at the moment. So yeah, obviously a shame for the team, and yeah, just not the easiest of weekends.
Here comes Charles Leclerc, trying to improve up to 7th position and try and go around the outside. Will he be given room? He'll have to be given room. And Hamilton will try and pick up the pieces if they get much closer. This is super tight between the Williams and the Ferrari, but the DRS belongs to Charles Leclerc, and the corner. Oh, Hamilton's gonna get both of them. No, just through on Carlos Sainz. I thought we were in for a repeat of Silverstone in 2022.
Former teammates, respect between the two. Leclerc goes late on the brakes and is given just enough space towards the exit here to get his foot in, and then hangs it on the inside. Carlos, I don't think there was ever really a chance for him to come across and defend that inside line, and that meant Charles had that inside with the DRS, but then we know it's slippery. It's not easy to slow the car down from the inside. That gave Hamilton the big chance to do the double pass on the exit, and it wasn't quite to be, but he still managed to come past the Williams.
Yeah, crucial, and the first good part of Ferrari's weekend. We are heading to the final lap of the Grand Prix. Will Lando Norris be able to weather the storm after an extraordinary Grand Prix, after an incredible race? 3.2 miles to decide our winner.
Yeah, if it's going to happen at all, I think it's going to be down into 4, but Verstappen, you can see a little bit wide, just getting out on the water, and that's given Lando Norris a breathing space down into 4, so it's all going to be at the back of the circuit.
This is in the balance. One wide moment, one lock-up, and Verstappen will punish you. Norris, who took the fight to him last year and couldn't get him into the danger zone until Brazil. How did Verstappen respond? 17th to the win. How is Norris responding? He's showing him the way around this Albert Park circuit. The gap under a second as we head into the high-speed turns at 9 and 10, with Verstappen getting so close.
Yeah, but he's in the dirty air through these high-speed chicanes. This should just be enough for Lando to break free.
He looks into the left mirror. He sees a 4-time world champion. He's not had the opportunity for a late send. Norris has a couple of corners to go. Lando Norris was checking his mirrors a few corners ago. Now he sees the crowd rise to applaud him as the winner. Norris weathers the storm. The British driver sees the checkered flag first. Lando Norris wins the Australian Grand Prix in a brilliant battle all the way to the flag.
What a mate. What a P1. Great job.
Oof. A little bit of pressure.
The last 3 laps, they were stressful with Max behind me because you still got like a drying line and a better line, and as soon as you outbrake yourself by a meter, you pay the price immediately, and it can be game over. So you're playing with fire for a lot of races like today, trying to push the limits and having big snaps and almost crashing a lot of times. But that's the level you got to be at to try and win the race against a driver like Oscar and a driver like Max. So tough.
Whoa! Defensive shape thrown, and Lewis Hamilton committed to get by. That's a move that was good enough for 8th place on the way in, but Sainz this time keeps his foot to the floor through the sweepers. Hamilton still in the battle for this one. He's on the medium tyre. Sainz was replaced by the 7-time world champion in this team, and this one's a little bit personal, but Hamilton's got the traction. Has he got the superior tyre? It's a long way round as you go down to turn number 10, and Sainz defends the place, still P8.
This is going to continue all the way down the back straight. DRS advantage for Hamilton.
And Hamilton gets it done into turn 11, but was there a wiggle that sends him wide? No, he's got the place done. Norris stays on the outside line, also wants the first turn. Max Verstappen in the Navy Red Bull knows that he is struggling with the brakes. He's struggling to keep the mighty McLarens behind. And is it going to be a 1-2? Will it be another late braking move? Again, they're wheel to wheel. Again, there's nothing between them. And again, evasive action needs to be taken in the opening corners of the lap for Lando Norris.
So close there. It was almost a brave pass from Norris, but he didn't quite have the traction coming from almost entirely off the track.
Lando Norris is the closest that he's ever been, and this time he's got the inside line. Lando Norris dives to the inside at turn 11, but he made the move off the road. Will Max Verstappen be complaining about that one? Lando Norris is up to second position, but did he keep all four wheels off the road? And Max Verstappen's nearly into the back of Lando Norris. Extraordinary couple of corners.
It was really, really close, and I'm not entirely sure if Norris did keep those inside tyres on the white line, which is what you have to do, and if he didn't, he'll probably have to give that place up again. So Verstappen stays with him. He's got a chance to come back here at the final corner.
And he will do so. He goes late on the brakes. Lando Norris saw that one coming.
He let him go. He let him go because I think he was over track limits, but he'll try and pass him again.
This is surely the moment for Lando Norris to take the place and improve to second position. He does so. He keeps the car on the road as he makes the pass. And through goes Hulkenberg up to the top 10. Alonso trying to be audacious, but it's cost him a place.
Yeah, you can understand why he went all in there as he looks for a way outside. I don't believe I've just seen that.
He wasn't going to take it lying down. Hulkenberg retakes the position. Fernando Alonso putting on fireworks for the home fans. He tried to power around the outside of turn 3.
This is a battle that keeps on giving. Now around the outside of turn 5. Sensational lap of racing.
Well, Fernando Alonso doesn't have a point this year. You get the feeling he doesn't really care at the moment. He's reveling being in the thick of it. And Charles Leclerc is closing in on Lando Norris, so Leclerc, who ran on the medium tyres at the start, is going to make this a 3-car battle for second place, and that is late on the brakes, great on the brakes, but only the position gain for a couple of metres for Charles Leclerc as Lando Norris stays calm and hangs on to third.
Oh, it was a big send, wasn't it? Late in the day. Oh, so close to having just the front right end plate being snagged on Norris's left rear tyre.
He's off the racing line. Hard tyre versus medium tyre. This is the best opportunity that Lando Norris has had all the way through against Charles Leclerc. And Charles Leclerc checks the mirror because he knows it. On board with Lando Norris, trying to retake the championship lead by moving up. There's not a lot of room between the Ferrari and the McLaren, but Lando does it the long way round. All the way around the outside to third place in the race.
Lunch-tastic.
Super commitment, but Norris just committed and said, right, if you're going to force me off, I'm going to make sure you don't even have the chance to this time.
He wants that inside line. Ocon's not going to give it to him, so can he get around the outside and keep a wheel on the racetrack? We go side by side. Is there enough room? Through 12 and 11, what an overtaking spectacle we've had, and that door was always going to close, but Ocon's off the racing line. And can Hamilton finally make the move by the time that we go down the back straight?
I love it. This is just brilliant. Another epic wheel-to-wheel fight. This one's only for 10th position, and I'm sure Lewis Hamilton won't mind too much about 1 point at the end of this one, but certainly a great display of racecraft from the two of them.
And Hamilton finally gets by. The Ferrari gets past the Haas, and Hamilton is back to the points.
This is just great racecraft once again. Hamilton given just enough space. He used it, keeping a wheel on the white line, but Ocon thought, I'll try and hang it around the outside then, and I'll have the inside for the next corner, and it kept the place.
The late lunge.
Whoa, from downtown.
That's a screamer. It's an absolute screamer of a pass. I love a late lunge. I love an aggressive move like that.
Good move there for Kimi Antonelli to get past Carlos Sainz. And does that open the door for the world champion, Max Verstappen, trying to go past the Williams. Carlos Sainz not willing to give him the room. Side by side we go. And Sainz thinks of the race that he's having for points. And Verstappen improves to 7th.
Antonelli and Verstappen both opportunistic. Love it from Antonelli. Love it. And then this was Verstappen trying to come through round the outside at 4. It's a bold attempt. And well, Sainz was actually very kind to him, allowing Max to have the outside line for 6. It looked like that was never going to come off, but Carlos eased out of it.